Hey everyone, sorry I've been tardy with my videos again. I'm up and down, whatever, I just got to deal with it. It's the way it is for now. Anyway, not a lot to talk about over the last few weeks. I've finally released my first batch of, where is it? It's over there, my light crystal thing. Don't know why it's over there. So that's kind of cool. I solved my clear acrylic cutting. I've got bundles of clear that is nice, no stains. I did that just by buying a new honeycomb bed that sits on top of my existing bed with a piece of aluminium in between. So whenever I'm cutting the clear stuff, I just cut it on that. I just move the whole bed down and cut it on that, which is new and pristine. The actual discoloration I was getting on the acrylic was just from gunk and stuff that was flaming up that was on the bed, the original bed. So I've given that a clean as well, but it's pretty much impossible to get completely clean. Not as clean as a brand new honeycomb bed. So I can put that one on when I'm cutting the clear acrylic for that, and then take it off again and just cut my other things whenever I cut on that. Things that don't matter, things that have got paper on them. Anyway, so that's cool. I got a bit of a bump on Reflow Master Pro sales over the weekend. Stefan from CNC Kitchen, who bought a Reflow Master Pro off me a while ago, but not to reflow. I didn't quite know what he was going to do with it. He released a video about silica gel packs and drying them out, and he was showing one of the options is drying it out in a toaster oven controlled by Reflow Master Pro in bake mode. And though it wasn't the most cost effective in terms of energy requirement to do it, it was by far had the best results. Although in the end a microwave probably makes the most sense. It's a good video, you should check it out. It's quite interesting. I'd heard about drying out silica gel packs in a microwave, but I'd never tried it, and thankfully I didn't, because I wouldn't have attempted it the way that he showed and explained it. I probably would have melted it all, or damaged it all, or damaged the microwave in the process. So anyway, it was a good video. Basically showing how to regenerate silica gel packs and silica in general. So that's kind of cool. I mean, just a small bump, nothing to write home about, nothing, no retiring anytime soon, unfortunately. That'd be cool. I got some PCBs into JLC PCB, finished my motor driver board for this. It's being manufactured at the moment. It's probably almost finished, but unfortunately there's another board in that batch that's a more complicated board, a client board, and that's going to take a bit longer to manufacture, so I probably won't have the boards back. I'll have them back this week sometime, but obviously not for the stream. Looking forward to building that and seeing if it works. I'm hopeful that revision 1 will work on this, but it may not, and just a project. I just want to be able to do something with the chassis. So I did spend some time after the stream last week working on more code for this. It doesn't matter, the motor driver itself is irrelevant. They all operate the same way. But doing some more work on getting acceleration and deceleration happening, and rather than telling the motor which direction it's supposed to be rotating, just giving it a forward or a reverse speed, and it automatically, so if it's going forward at 100% and you say you want to go back at 50%, it slows down until it gets to 0, and then it automatically works out how to change direction of the controller, you know, flipping the PWM and then going reverse. So rather than doing that instant stop and go backwards, which will spike the current beyond crazy. Anyway, did some more work on that. I can't really take it much further until I get it onto the new controller and be able to control all 4 wheels. I don't even know how to do things like turning or moving sideways with omnidirectional wheels. We'll see. I'm going to have to kind of work all that out. Looking forward to it, not looking forward to it. I pushed out Reflow Master Pro 3.0 firmware beta 4. Wow, that was a mouthful. Yesterday. Which has my new characterization stuff in it. So it'll be the first time people are using that, and some web server fixes. So something alarming has happened. It's going to be pretty bad for a lot of people, unfortunately. So anyone that's running a ESP32 web server, web interface using the async web server stuff, which is pretty common. Like it's probably the most widely used web server for ESP32. Well, your websites aren't going to work on iOS 18 or macOS 15 or iPadOS 18. Probably not even tvOS. It's a web browser in tvOS. Anyway, not going to work anymore. It's not a bug in Safari. It's actually it's Safari solidifying one of the standards and adhering to it strictly, which it wasn't doing before, which breaks serving web servers. Like, it comes up saying it doesn't understand the response content, like so basically what the web server software does is adds trailing spaces at the end of the response and that gets sent back, and that's actually illegal in terms of the standards, and most browsers don't care. For some reason, Apple have changed that in Safari 18 to care and to not accept it, and so it actually breaks every single website. This is going to be a disaster for people. And of course, the web server software is not supported anymore. Really, it hasn't had an update in a long time, and I doubt it will. I found a solution for it, hacking the website software, which seems to make it work again, and it seems to work on all the browsers I've tried. And I've made that fix in the 3.0 firmware, but I have to go now and make the fix in the 2.0 firmware and push a 2.07 update out. I can't blame Apple because they've done the right. I mean, they've just followed the standards. But it's going to be painful for a lot of people. I feel like making a video about it, putting it on there so people know what it is and how they can work around it. And the hack I've done isn't a good hack. Could potentially have knock-on effects, but I've tested it with my websites and they work, right? Or at least with Reflow Master Pro. I'm going to have to update TinyWatch. I'm going to have to update anything that has a web interface. I'm going to have to update and put this hacked version of the web server on there. So it's not the code I'm serving, it's the actual async web server. It's the way it does its response the headers, the stuff that goes back when you do a request. It's the request response coming back. Yeah, so an interesting problem. I've known about there being an issue in Safari for like 3 weeks and I've not been able to find it. I've not been able to find a solution, and I've been trying to, because I was looking at my own web, the web stuff that I was serving, thinking, well, there's something bad with what I was serving, but it's not. And I thought it was, it could have been lots of different things, but ultimately it's that. And so an official solution would be a different fix than what I'm doing. I'm literally just telling it not to pad the context. So it's all chunked. It's complex. I wasn't going to go into all this. Like all the web delivery stuff, it's all chunked because it's chunked and padded. Because if you don't pad it, then there are some browsers that will just sit there waiting for more content. But it's officially supposed to be padded if it's chunked, right? So when it receives a chunk, it receives the whole thing every time, and that's what these spacers were doing, was adding extra spaces to make sure the chunk was full. And you're allowed to do leading spaces, but you're not allowed to do trailing spaces, which is what the web server does. And Firefox accepts it, and Chrome accepts it, and I don't know about any other browsers, and Safari used to accept it, but they don't accept it anymore because it's actually illegal. You know what I mean, illegal. Anyway, and doing it as leading spaces would be a complete rewrite of how this system works. Apparently there's some way you can do it with a semicolon to... Anyway, I don't know. It's really above my pay grade. I fixed it just by getting rid of the spaces, which means that the last chunk that gets sent isn't a full chunk. And it seems to be okay. But again, it's one of those things that could get fixed in a browser down the line, and then that also won't work. I don't know. It's been a bit frustrating, but it's only been in Safari and only on iOS, Safari 18, which is part of iPadOS 18 and macOS 15. So it's a new thing that's only just started. But as more people upgrade, it's going to break everyone's ability to go to a website on ESP32. So yeah, that ended up being a lot more talk than I planned. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope everyone's well. I'm doing okay. Just okay. As much as it pains me to say it, I'm just pushing through because I have to. But I'm having less down days than, I won't say up days. I'm not having any up days, but I'm having less down days than flat days, which is, I guess, good at the moment. So hopefully that'll just continue. Because as I said before, I don't really have a solution to my predicament. Yeah, that's really all there is to tell you. Hope you're all doing okay. Bring on summer, and I'll chat with you all soon. Okay, bye everyone.